Hello everyone, welcome back to another Technique Tuesday. So this week I'm going to take you through a movement that we use within our programs to try and help with trunk strength or try and help with that midline strength, but lateral flexion within the midline. So this one is a standing teapot. So when you do the movement, you can sing the song. So I'm a little teapot while you do it if you really feel the inclination to do that, but this is one we've been using. I can't take credit for this movement. This is something that we actually got from Power Athletes, so go ahead and check out those guys. But I'll just take you through a couple of ways that we do it and a couple of different variations you can do with the movement. So generally we're using a kettlebell, but you can do this with a dumbbell as well. So the main way we set up, or the main way we start somebody doing this, is just to stand in a good position. So feet just outside your hips, and make sure your toes are pointed forwards, because we want to lock those hips into place when we do it. We're going to have that kettlebell just down by the side, or a dumbbell down by the side, and then from there we're going to take that other hand and place it on the back of our head. From there, all we're going to do is we're moving side to side. So we're going to bring that kettlebell down to the outside and then come back to the other side before we come back to the center. So as I come down, I want to make sure that I don't rotate and twist forward. I'm literally moving like my shoulders are on their own plane of motion. So I want to make sure I'm going to go nice and controlled on the one side and then draw my elbow back down to my heels on the other side, finishing in the center. So I'll go down on one side and then come back to the center. So we'll generally do between 10 to 15 reps each side. And I like to, when I program these, I will generally superset these with a movement, maybe like a squat, or even like an upper body press, bench press, something like that, just to add it in as an accessory work to try and help strengthen and also work on that mobility through your rib cage, so through your thoracic spine. Now there are different ways you can challenge yourself and challenge your positioning doing this. One of the ways and one of the variations you can do is you can do it from a lunge position. So first things first, like I said, when we're doing the teapot, we want to lock those hips into place. So we get into this lunge position, probably nice vertical shin, making sure we're not on a tightrope. So feet at about hip width. And then we're going to set up the same way. Hand on the back of the head, kettlebell down by the side. We're going to go flex to the one side and then draw that elbow down on the other side. Nice and controlled. Again, you do ideally probably the way I would do it, if you were doing it like that, 6 sets, and each set you'll alternate the foot that's forward. So you'll do 10 on one side and then you'll do 10 on the other. The other way you can do it, and this is the final way, this is probably the hardest way to do it, is to do it from a step-up position. So foot on the ground, making sure that that quad's parallel with the ground, bringing that foot into dorsiflexion, down by the side. I'm probably going to fall over and look like a bit of a goose when I do this, but here we are. Okay, we're going to go down by the side, and then we're going to come back. Again, making sure that that foot that's anchored to the ground, big toes dug into the floor, we're squeezing that glute on the backside to lock that hip into place. But it's exactly the same premise. We want to make sure we're not rotating as we bring that kettlebell down. We want to go down the outside, okay, and then see, I told you I was going to fall over, bring it down, and then come back to the other side. Same deal, probably alternate sets, alternate the leg that's raised, or you can mix it up however you like. But the progression, I would start off just doing it with both feet underneath your hips. From there you can progress into a lunge, and then from there you can progress into a step up. All right, that is it. That is a standing teapot, a movement that is good to work on that lateral flexion throughout that midline and help strengthen everything to the side and open up those ribs, open up that T-spine. Thanks again for another great week. I will see you next week. Any questions, as always, drop us a line. See you soon. Goodbye.